Well, alright, so I want to do another rant here on WWE. So I saw the announcement like a week ago that they plan on doing another Triple H versus Undertaker match. And they're going to do it at like this live event in Australia or some bullshit like this. Like WWE has been doing this thing for like the last year. These like mixes of, oh, we're going to turn a live event into a televised pay-per-view. So it's kind of a mix between a live event and a pay-per-view. And it really confuses me because those are just two things that should be kept separate. You know, have your live events that aren't televised, do whatever bullshit you want on there, and then have your pay-per-views. But don't combine them into like some mixed event. And then they decide to just randomly put like big time matches on here, like, oh, we're just gonna have a Triple H Undertaker match on one of these live events. Yeah, you know, we're just gonna throw it right in there without any build or prestige or you know even though like if you go back 5 years ago to when we did, or 5-6 years ago to when they did the Triple H Undertaker fight at WrestleMania 27 and 28, they put a lot of time into that, a lot of build into it. It was awesome. It was built up great. The match was great. They put a lot of effort into it. They called it the end of an era. It was the end of an era, right? Just like they called John Cena versus The Rock once in a lifetime, but then they did it again the year right after. So it wasn't really once in a lifetime. Just like this wasn't really the end of the era, because they're going to do another fucking match. And as a wrestling fan, well, let me correct that, as a former wrestling fan, it really just pisses you off, doesn't it, that they're going to slap you in the face like this just to get a few more people to pay the $10 a month. They're going to put Undertaker in a match that doesn't mean jack shit. And they did the same thing when they had that retarded-ass pay-per-view / live event in Saudi Arabia, a place that is sexist towards women. It doesn't even let them wrestle. And if they expose like one part of their body on a television screen, I mean, Saudi Arabia gets mad, and that's like the end of the world for them. But anyway, so that they did the same thing. They put Undertaker in a match versus Rusev without any build. Like when these people like Undertaker and Triple H wrestle, it should be really special. It should mean something. When you have two big names like that in the ring together, they should put a lot of effort into it. It should be on a big time pay-per-view like SummerSlam or WrestleMania or Survivor Series. It shouldn't just, oh, we're just going to have a match here, and we're just going to announce it on YouTube, and it's going to be no build whatsoever. We're just going to throw Undertaker right into a match there. It's really a slap in the face, and it's indicative of wrestling going downhill. More specifically, WWE going downhill. Instead of having a prestigious, well put together match, it's going to be a little fucking match probably without any build. Just like they did with the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view. It just really confuses me. And I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, but whenever Undertaker wrestles, it should be really goddamn special, and they should do everything they can to build it up and make it seem like the most special match ever. But instead, oh no, we're just going to throw him on a live event. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It just doesn't make any sense. And so whenever they come with another like bullshit catchphrase like end of an era, once in a lifetime, for the last time ever, we can't believe them now. I mean, they just lie. They fucking lie and false advertise time after time. I mean, they could probably be sued for false advertising. Like if I'm fucking Joe Schmo here, I'm making fucking $25,000-$30,000 a year, and I buy all these pay-per-views. Back when Cena and Rock were wrestling, they were like $50 a month, $50 for one. And I'm thinking, oh, well, once in a lifetime, right? Cena versus Rock, have to see this. We're only gonna be able to see it one time, so I'm gonna put up the $50 and buy the pay-per-view. But then I find out a year later, no, it's not once in a lifetime, because then they're wrestling again the next year. I mean, it's fucking false advertising. It's pretty much a lie. So, but then again, what can you expect from WWE besides lies and stupidity and illogical booking like we're seeing now with Triple H versus Undertaker on a fucking live event / pay-per-view? I don't know what the fuck to call it. But I don't like these little things, and I hope they stop them. And I'm glad I'm not watching anymore because this is bullshit. So there you go, people.